getting to sleep in prison. It's hard. It is hard. I mean, every jail I've ever been in, ever, I've always ended up getting in a routine of um staying awake all night, most of the night. Yeah, falling asleep really early. Even if I got a job at like, well, a job that starts in the morning, I still find myself staying up really late, constant. And it's I don't know, maybe it's the way the cells are set out, you know, feng shui or whatever it's called. Move the bed around a little bit. I don't know. I can't be the only one that feels that. It's just it's weird, isn't it? You're in that cell and it's you. I just constantly find myself staying up late for no reason other than the fact that, and that's not even including the noise and all that I'm going to get into. Is that, you know, also like, do you know when people say, "Quite, you can cut the tension with a knife." You walk into the room and you go, "Quite, I can cut the tension with a knife," because you can feel it, innit? Yeah, you can feel the tension. Yeah, it's like your energies can feel their like that whatever's going off, like that negative shit. You can feel it, can you? I can cut the tension with a knife. We've all heard that saying. Well, imagine being on the wing with 100 different geezers and they're all having their emotions, whatever, floating about in the air. That's got to come into it, innit? Like, I can cut the tension with a knife, sort of thing. Like, that's got to come into it. I'm not saying you're all psychic, but all sitting in there feeling each other's emotions, but you know, obviously something's come from somewhere, and we all know that's true. Like, if you walk in a room and you can cut the tension with a knife. So imagine if there's 100 geezers all stressed out over something. You all got to interact somehow, ain't you? I mean, the noise. The noise obviously is the main thing, isn't it? I mean, and it's a constant. It's different noises, isn't it? I mean, cell bells, cell bells. Why can't people ride it when they get behind their door? Look, we've all got on the bell occasionally, yeah. We've all got on the bell, like had to hit the bell very occasionally or whatever. I've done it myself. If you need a toilet roll, I've said it before. That's an emergency, isn't it? To yourself, if you need a toilet roll, that's an emergency. But there's geezers that'd be like, as soon as they get behind the door, they can't hack it. You know they can't hack it. They're on the bell, and as soon as that one's dealt with, another one would be dealt with, and it's loud. It's not just a light that comes on, or the screw can just hear it in his office. It's constant. It's a bell till the screw turns it off, and mate, he'll be like, "Can I have a toilet roll? Can you get me a a letter, an envelope? I need a form. Can you could you shove a tea pack under the door? Is there any sandwiches left over from lunch? What's the weather like, Gov? Can you tell me what the time is?" I mean, it'd be nonsense. Constant shit. And they'll just be totally oblivious to the fact that you'll just want to relax. You'll just want to sit back, watch a bit of TV, go to bed, get in bed, go to sleep, whatever, yeah? And you've got Gov, is there any cheese and onion crisps left from lunch? It's attention, isn't it? They just want constant attention. And you know, some of them are even standing there in the night screw, just standing there chatting with them. That really annoys me. Do you know, in like the night screw, just standing at the door. All right, you want to stand at the door and have a chat, but it would be loud. Why's the night screw got to chat loud? You've got to tell them to shut up, innit? Like, Gov, keep it down. Or even just the person on the inside, on like the person calling the screw, might just want to chat with the screw. Oh, hello, Gov. Oh, yeah. Like, they'll think they're mates. Sat there talking with a night screw for half hour. It's like, how can you relax with a screw outside your door? You can't, can you? Geezer on the back up. Is there any whiteners left? Is there any whiteners? Mate, I would, if I was a Gov, I'd honestly tell him, mate. Anyway, sound of shoes from staff and prisoners, isn't it, yeah? Staff prisoners are like, yeah, it's constant shoes up and down the landing. You hear it, you notice it more during lunch when it's all quiet and you want to relax, and at night and when you want to relax, in it, yeah. Constantly trainers walking up and down, screws, fucking shoes stomping up. At least sometimes they take the shoes off when they're sneaking up and down the ring to try and catch people out. Take the shoes off the night, especially the night screws. Like, they're so petty, innit? Some of them they won't even have a real reason to do it. They'll just be trying to catch someone doing something sometime at some point. Like, shoes will come off, creeping down the landing. Mate, yeah. Sound of doors. and gates being constantly opened and shut, locked and unlocked. The keys being put in unlocked, done back up, jangling, the keys jangling about, constantly jangling about on the screws belt, jing, jing, jing. And it won't just be the ones on your wing, you'll hear it in the centre as well, walking past. Screws talking, screws playing pool. That really annoys me, yeah. Why are they playing pool together late at night? It's totally oblivious to the break, like 11 o'clock at night, and you're trying to go to sleep and they're playing pool outside, mate. I mean, don't you have a friend you can play pool with on road? Loud music. People playing music ain't even got to be loud, is it? If loads of people, if 10, 20, 30 people playing music, you're going to hear it, ain't you? And it doesn't sound too good when it's 30 different tunes all playing at once. That does you nothing. Loud TVs. People that and people that are deaf that have really loud TVs, and they'll fall asleep and leave them on all night. And people will get on the bell to tell the screw to make him turn the TV off. So the bells start going off. Then people kick on the doors. People kicking on the doors. People kicking on the doors and banging on the door. For whatever reason. Like, it maybe sometimes it just goes off, doesn't it? You don't know who's doing it. Do you know what? That loud music and stuff, that don't really happen in sentence jails. I mean, I ain't been that to Stockton. He's got a slap for having his TV on all the time. All the time. It's happened more than once. I can't really think of it off the top of my head, but happens. People are more loud in like Romans and stuff like that. Spy flaps, the flap on your door. So you got a door, you got your cell door. There'll be a glass bit like that on the outside, well, on both sides, isn't it? But there'll be a flap on the outside, yeah. So the screw can open it up, look at you, close it again, yeah. And have to do that, I don't know, every couple of hours or whatever. But some of them, you get them that are bare rude and just like slam your door, going down the wing, just slamming the spy flaps, whatever they're called. People, they get it put on them for doing that. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it to be annoying? Next door snoring. I've had that, mate. Especially, do you know, like you've got the pipes, then there's gaps in the pipes. You can just hear him just snoring, mate, snoring. So I've had to block the pipe up with a bit of tissue. People banging on the walls. You can hear that from a million miles away, man. Seagulls outside. Whenever there's a feeding time, you want to eat your lunch and kick back for a bit. That ain't gonna happen because there's gonna be a scrum of seagulls outside your window because everyone's chucking their food out, squawking and fun. Why they even call seagulls, mate? They're in prisons and they're in school playgrounds, like wrong uns. People getting brought to the wing all hours, especially if you're in a remand jail, when people come back from court constantly all day and night. It could be really early, like really late at night. People still coming back and getting locked, banged up 10, 11 o'clock at night. Induction wings, imagine, like, I've worked on induction wing. Yeah, I mean, people going to court really early in the morning. Screw going around, the screws never that quiet, are they? Aldred, you got caught in half hour. Door flap slammed. Joe, you got caught in half hour. Door slams, like, you know what I mean? That's a constant noise. You got food being served. I mean, just because it's dinner time, don't mean your door's being cracked open. You could be behind your door waiting to be fed for like an hour. You know what I mean? Just you got to learn to be patient. You know what I mean? But that's a constant noise. People, you've got a line of prisoners walking past your cell, line of prisoners walking back past your cell. Toilets flushing. Usually all at the same time when it's late at night after a fruity film. You know what I mean? With a delicious scene in it. One of those special scenes. Everyone flush the toilet straight after. Tissues down there. Who else used to get the TV guide, yeah? Buy a TV guide. I used to star off all the films and all the programmes that I thought might have a bit of tit in it. I was saying, oh yeah, that'd do. Especially if I was doing a long time, like, you know, oh yeah. Tissues that are ready. Lovely jobs. Like perk of a single cell, innit? Chairs scraping. You hear that all night. People at the window chatting. Yo, next door, you listening? You got a line? No, no, and no. Oh mate, I've never liked that. Especially, you know, like you could be in the middle of two people having a conversation, and they're like literally 20 cells down, and you're in the middle of that for like 2 hours. Again, that don't really happen in sentence jails. Not that I've been in anyway. Noise from the vet. You could be outside of. You could be outside. You could be in a cell that's outside, like some big extractor fan or something that's going off all night. Trust me, that happened to me, mate. I lasted in the cell a couple of days before I just said, "Listen, you got to get me out." Because usually I can get used to stuff, but like constant hum. Uh, I can't sleep personally until the wing lights get turned off outside. Yeah, so like when the night screw comes on, they usually turn the lights off outside the cell. Some screws don't. They'll leave them on. They'll try and leave them on, or they'll turn them off bare late. I can't sleep because it's just like a shining light. Like say your cell's pitch black, and the gap in the door is just a shining light coming through my cell. I can't sleep like it. You could have drama on road. You know what I mean? Time moves on for the people outside, didn't it? Yeah, you know what I mean? They're just dealing with road life, mate. But you could have had an argument, and a week later you're still stewing about it because time ain't moved on for you, mate. You know what I mean? That's why I think personally, this is my own opinion. Like prisoners stay like immature. Say if you get banged up at a young age, then you constantly get banged up for years. You miss out on all your growing up adult life, yeah, for your own fault. I'm not saying like it's like through the prisoner's fault. I'm including myself in this, yeah. And then by the time I'm nearly 40, you know what I mean, and like I look at other people and I think, oh, I'm just proper immature. But that's from jail, isn't it? Because you miss out on like life lessons and experiences, like just learning about shit. So you just stay like. I went to jail once when I was 19. Come out when I was 23. I weren't acting like all my pals. Like once, a lot of them are settled down, you know, birds, kids, this, that, jobs, left college. I was still roaming. I was still roaming about like I was 15. That's just my own opinion, anyway. Meds. I mean, if you're on opiates, yeah, I've never been prescribed opiates. I've abused opiates, mate. Tramadol and whatever else has got opiates in. The only reason they put opiates in them is to get you addicted to it, innit? Opiates. Yeah, but if you're on opiates, just as an instance, you ain't getting sleep, are you? You're gonna have trouble sleeping. You're gonna nod off. You're not gonna sleep. And I'm talking about people that actually take the meds all the time, not people that abuse them. That have a night out on them, a night out. But that's what we used to say, innit? I'm sure other prisoners said that as well. Like when they're gonna get on it or have a drink or smoke. I'm gonna have a night out tonight. Night out. Yeah, if you're doing meds or if you're on meds every day, like opiates, make you nod off, make you do a nod. But you can't sleep on it, can you? You just be up all night just nodding. You might have a beef on the wing. Money, enemies, a debt, stressing on your mind. You know what I mean? It might be canteen day, might be coming tomorrow. You're thinking, mate, how am I going to scramble up this? How am I going to get through this again? Like, how am I going to? I've been in that position, man, many times. You get through it though, don't you? You get through. Once it's over, it's never as bad as what you think. The thought of something happening is always worse than actually facing it and just doing it, innit? Like, yeah, money, debt, beef. You're stressing out for the same reasons. You've got beef on the wing. You've got money problems. You know, just people owe you money. Like, you owe out money. You got problems on road, you know, your girlfriend's just left you, your kid's ill, you know, whatever, like your kid goes to a good school and you don't want him to stop going there because you're inside or whatever. Stresses that, what are you going to do, walk it off? You know what I mean, go down the pub, go to your mate's house, what are you going to do, like, you know what I mean? You can't talk to no one, not really. Who are you going to talk to? People on the wing that you barely know, really. You're going to start hitting them up with all your problems. They don't want to hear your problems anyway. I'm just talking about myself. Got my own problems to worry about. I'm going to sit here and worry about yours as well. Need to run around the wing and get a spliff. Literally, that's all I used to worry about. You become an expert, don't you? You become an expert of the time based on the movies on Film 4. You'll know the 9 o'clock movie, the 11 o'clock movie, and the 1 o'clock movie, which usually ends at 3 a.m. Yeah, you'll just know what the time is automatically just for that. Yeah, it's about 10:30. Film's been on an hour and a half. You know what I mean? That keeps you awake. Because you watch all of them films because you can't sleep, and it's sort of like a cycle. The 9 p.m. film, mate. You find yourself at 3 a.m. after the 3 a.m. film's finished. You find yourself flicking over to Channel 4, a bit of Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, listening to him putting all those hotels down in America, avoiding ITV, Channel 5, the gambling shows like The Plague, mate. If you're not having none of that, it goes straight off, no airplay, mate. Sitting there watching Brian Dowling on bloody ITV, mate. BBC gets the same treatment, doesn't it? World News, that gets no airtime. Yeah, what you left with? You want a coffee, but you don't want to get out of bed, because if you do get out of bed, it's cold. You're in your boxers, it's freezing, the floor's cold. Where's your flip flops? You know what I mean? Oh crap! I'll just run across the cold floor. I ain't swept it today. Now I've got bits and pubes and stuff all stuck to your feet. You know what I mean? It's the middle of winter. You ain't got a window. Like, the window don't shut properly. You've got like tissue around it and tissue and toothpaste stuffed down the tidy end. It's held in with a knife to try and keep the window shut. But it's still a big old cold breeze coming in. Pipes ain't come on yet. The heating pipes. The screws tell you that it's automatic and it comes on in like November or whatever. You're like, it's freezing now. It's winter time now, man. But it could be the opposite. You know what I mean? You're sitting in a cell with vents, no window, just little vents that you could move the vent over and it opens up like a hole, like a couple of holes that are that big. Like you're getting no breeze. No, you're getting no breeze. No air, no breeze. You know what I mean? You ain't got a fan. You know what I mean? Fan. You ain't got that. You ain't got a fan in your cell. You know what I mean? And the pipes are still on. The pipes are actually on because they ain't been turned off yet from winter. It's middle of summer. They're still on. Like you're dying in your cell. I tell you what. Better just avoid jail then, innit? If you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and we'll chat tomorrow. Adios.